What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, going back to the free-to-play account, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the best strategy in terms of beating floor 30. Now some of you guys are still stuck here, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I'm gonna do it. Best way to tackle it, it's relative ease even with lower power, and you guys can continue here and put some more growth into your stat stream, which is desperately needed to raise CP for many people, right? So if you go to solo content here and you go to the battle tower, I'm gonna show you guys my setup. I'm not gonna do the actual battles in terms of the mobs. We're gonna go straight into the Astral Giant once I show you my setup and going into how to tackle it. You guys can see here, it does require 122,500 power. That's the recommended power, and also the first three waves, the first wave or P attack buff at start of wave is +3, so that means they get a +3 bonus to physical attack. Easy to take care of, so don't worry about that. I'll show you guys how to take care of it, and you're gonna get yourself some Cloud, Barret, and Tifa substream memory crystals, which are gonna be required to move up into the substream and get past it. And also just in general, a lot of people just don't know how to handle this fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do this. Now, one thing to remember in this fight, okay? So the main thing about the enemy is the Astral Iron Giant here is actually immune to pretty much everything except for physical attack down and a few other debuffs, okay? So immunities include poison, darkness, silence, stun, fatigue, and fog. The resistance here is pretty much to every element. Grants self attack up with bravery and subsequently uses many physical attacks, has high elemental resistance, and reduces damage to all elemental attacks. So the main thing you want to do here, guys, is take care of this attack up problem with bravery. So you can reduce that by bringing yourself 2 to 3 different things, okay? So number one, I hope many of you still have it, but if you don't, Debrave Materia is a big one. Bring that with you, it'll make your life a lot easier. And number two, I bring Tifa with me, but you can bring anyone else with physical attack down capabilities. That will really help you. Like Cloud has iron, I think the iron blade you can use. Tifa has the leather gloves, which I use right now. So you can see here, it's 84,000 versus 122, and I'll still show you guys how to beat it. The main thing to remember is to bring this little sigil here and a little bit of fire damage, just because some of the opponents are weak against fire. So let's see if I have a fire build right there. I do. So make sure the rest of them though all have the proper sigil in place, and you give Aerith, I would recommend Aerith over anybody else, the actual Debrave material, okay? It's very important to do that. Your main concern here is going to be your HP. You don't need over 4,000, to be honest. Like, I have 4,000, but you don't really need that. You can go with a lot less and still get away with finishing this. I think I've done it with like close to 3K. Again, I reset it though, so I'll show you guys how I did it with that little bit of HP. But you can see here stat, everybody does have 4K except for Aerith. I think Aerith is the only one who has a little bit less, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at her. There's her fire materia, so we just need to make sure she has the proper ruin. She does, great. And then you want to give her Debrave. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. Take this filter off. Now my actual Debrave will reduce the bravery down to nothing, and then I specifically have the leather gloves here that will further reduce the attack down by 1 level, giving you the opportunity to take a lot less damage when normally you would get one shot. Okay, so these leather gloves by Tifa are very, very important. Now there are other opportunities because they have mid, right? You want to make sure it's not low, it's mid. You want mid or high. So I find her to be the best at this personally. So if you don't have anybody like Tifa, take a look at my debuff weapon list. I have a full list there that shows you what every single debuffing weapon does. Find one on the list and try to use that instead, all right? So you guys can see here, we have everything we need to set this up. Again, stats-wise, 25K, 26K, let's say 34K, and 27K. She's got the lowest HP. I may want to give her a little bit more HP here, so let's just take a quick look and see what we can add from an HP perspective. I'm pretty sure I have something here that will probably give her a little bit more survivability, just in case you want to keep her alive. You obviously do. That's just me being silly. Definitely give her something that will give her more HP, obviously. So let's find something here, guys. We'll go with this for now, just for the sake of having it. It doesn't really do much for the HP aspect. I'll try to find something else and I'll give it to her, but try to give her a little bit more HP. Try to go like 3.5 if you can, okay? All right, guys, so that's the setup there. We're going to go ahead and start this. No barrier required, by the way, because I have Mithril Rod and Saving Grace, and that will take care of the actual protect that I need from physical damage right here, okay? So if you have that, use that. If not, put on barrier for yourself just to take a little less damage. And we're going to go ahead and jump into it and try to beat him for you. And I'll show you guys the entire steps and the process of doing so. I'll be back. All right, guys, we're back here again. So I've changed, picked up my kids. They're chilling right now. So I decided to finish this up before I go back and be daddy. So here we are onto the fight itself. Here's what you're gonna do, okay? First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna debrave and get this guy lower. Now, once you take away his buff, switch over to Tifa and Omni Slash him. Okay, once you do that, you're gonna see physical attack down. Switch back here, give everybody saving grace, and just prepare for an attack. See here how I got my defense a little low? I did it a little too quickly. It's because I'm just getting back into this. You should see a little bit less damage there because of that, right? Go back in. Now you can go ahead and actually probably do Tifa's attack coming up right now. So watch when he times his attack just to make it prolonged. You can prolong it a little bit further by doing your limit breaks right here. Do it there. See how we prolonged it? No damage was taken there by Cloud. This will actually help you guys do a little strat to save, number one, a full hit, because you'll have to recast that hit anyways. And number two, it gives you a little bit more ATB bar. Look at my ATB bar still going, and he still hasn't recast that move, right? So very important to note that, guys. It's a cool little trick that I showed last time on my last video when I did the score for dungeons. And it works really, really well. And it's easy to pull off, right? Super, super easy to pull off. So here's what you gotta kind of prepare, okay? He's gonna lose his attack buff again. Or the attack down, I mean. Defense here, get everybody back up. Okay, so here you see she's constantly casting that. That's what you want, okay? So physical attack up, this is where you're gonna debrave again. Okay, and then you're gonna go back to Tifa and you're gonna Omni Strike, okay? So one sec here. Omni Strike right now. And then switch over to defense, okay? So you wanna make sure that timing is good. I think the bar went down just a tad bit there. There you go, everybody still survived, we're still good. So here you can go ahead and do somersault, switch it over to offense, just so you get the full bonus. Again, let that offensive bar stay full, that was my mistake again. So a little bit less damage than we wanted, but again, not the end of the world. Here we're gonna go ahead and cast Healing Winds. So again, stopping that attack from going through. I probably could have let that animation run a little longer. See, he's got to recast it now, right? So see my bar still going? That's a little trick you guys can use all the time, by the way. See here, you want to do Saving Grace, give everybody a little bit of protection against that AoE, and make sure that she constantly keeps that debuff up, okay? She'll pretty much do it if you have it equipped. It's a very easy fight when you keep that going, okay? Defense, get ready for another hit, just heal everybody back to full, and continue the same onslaught. See, she's about to do it again, stays on. He's going to do a buff very shortly. When it gets really crazy is when he starts doing short fuse. Okay, that's when it actually gets very, very hectic. So that's where you want to start using your limits to your advantage. See, he does it again. This is where you actually just break this. This is an easy part. Just take advantage of this, break this up quick. See, when he does that, do your limit break. You avoid the hit. The bar stops. Again, just saves you more time, gives you more time. So you guys can just take advantage of this little tip that I'm providing you and continue just taking down. See, like he hasn't cast it again for a little time. See, and it gives you a chance to break it, and you don't have to worry about. Actually, I shouldn't have done debrave. That was a waste. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. So you don't have to worry about getting hit and having to like cure through it, right? So very important little trick, guys. I highly suggest you guys use it, especially for harder content. It's easy to do, and it's super, super useful against big moves like this one coming up, right? So you're about to see, do Omni Strike, clear. Switch back. Make sure we have Saving Grace. Actually, no, we don't even need to do Saving Grace here. We're going to just go ahead and do this, save. We're going to save this, and we're going to go ahead and cast. We're going to cast our, there we go, just a heal. This will heal back up. And this part here, watch, he's going to start swinging AoE soon. Okay? Use Tifa's Limit Break to stop that from happening. Watch. Right? Just do your DPS. Very straightforward. Here. Stop it from happening. Okay? He's going to have to recast that now the first time again. Very, very useful trick to do, guys. I learned this fairly early on, and it just makes life so much easier. Okay, so again, bring it back up. This is where it gets crazy, okay? This is where you're gonna need to be very, very mindful of your defensive stance and keeping it full and healing, okay? Especially the healing part. So I'm gonna wait till one move coming up, right here. Heal. Okay, good. Go back. We're going to use Healing Winds in the next one, okay? We're going to switch this defensive stance very soon. And we're going to switch. There you go. Keep this cross slash here, guys. Don't use it. Save it for the next animation, okay? Save it for the next animation and you'll be able to do the same thing again. Go back. So look, he's gonna try to wait. Don't let him hit. Just animation. Animation lock his ass, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're almost done. Okay, switch, and finito. There you guys have it. Full free to play.